Video and audio is perfect. Oh, you just sat on the launcher for 2 hours? Dear God, man. Alright, well. Do a quick explanation here. Akasha has been asking for this for like 2 years now, or some sort of bollocks like that. I had planned to play the mod. Chat does in fact highlight the word sleepy. I'd planned to play the mod called FF9 Unleashed, just so it'd be slightly different. The problem I have with that mod, it's a difficulty mod, which, you know, fair enough, make the game harder, but it's an RPG, so really all it's doing is increasing either the grind time or the frustration time. And like at the beginning of the game, in that area where you grind to like level 5, the monsters hit you for a little under half your health per hit. And it takes you 3 hits to kill them. So you lose all your health every single fight, and the experience isn't buffed. So you have to do the same amount of fights. So I decided against that because that's just bollocks. I'm fine with games having difficulty. I'm not fine with games having an artificial waste of my time. So we're just gonna play the base FF9. And you all can deal with it, I guess. I don't think anyone cares. I'm using better Twitch TV, yes. Also, cutscenes! God dang it, Moomin, what have you done? The audio jitter is a problem with that cutscene. I seem to recall it doing that the original time we did this game, and it seems to do it every time during practice, so... I should say practice testing. Regardless of what settings I used, it just didn't care. Zivix, once he gets on something, he never gets back off. Like, seriously. So the audio should be fine now. It's a problem with that, at least that I've noticed. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue at any other point in the game. But either way, what are we naming people? I presume we're gonna name this Sleepy. So we're just gonna roll with that, but we've got other people to name. That sound effect is awful. I've mentioned this, I think last time we played. Nope, not Sleeps. Sleepy. I don't remember what the delete button is, so we're just gonna do it this way. Sleepy. There we go. You're calling Vivi or Dagger? Alright. I told you, Moomin, what have you done? It's never gonna go away now. Can you have a character? No. Oh noes! Rawr. We're being attacked by a D-Rex. I was gonna say dinosaur and T-Rex at the same time, but that didn't work at all. You've basically trapped Akasha in this like infinite loop of bollocks. Also, Cena's dead. Watch as I proceed to not care. We stole a wrist though. We stole his wrist, his entire wrist. We're gonna steal his hand. We just stole his whole wrist. You were named Dagger Garnet. They'll never know. What's your name, girl? Garnet? Oh, okay, yeah. Seems reasonable, I suppose. Oh wait, I already stole it from him. I'm sitting here wasting turns trying to steal from him when I've already done it. No, don't use a freaking item, you dongle. Cena's dead, what else is new? In the modded version of this, Cena is actually slightly viable. As in, he can take hits and he can deal damage. The base version, he's utterly worthless. I don't know why they buffed him, but whatever. Probably because they made these initial fights slightly more difficult for some reason. I should put like a delay on the chat so it actually lines up with the video. What is Cena good for? A steal. He acts as a fourth thief in the party, so you get a fourth steal. Also, apologies if I'm going through the text too fast. I've played the game like 80 billion times, so I'm probably going to continue going through the text too fast. Here's the plan. Doesn't make him a character, he's just slightly useful in the initial fights. I think instead of one hit to kill him, it takes 2 or 3 depending on the fight. I like this music. That's when I kidnapped the queen. I don't know why I'm doing this again, but whatever. Alright. Babylicious beauty in all of Alexandria. Akasha. Wait a second. Go watch the LP on YouTube. If you want to read the chat, watch the video. Wait a second. That doesn't make any sense either. Oh yeah, I always like naming Link Zelda and Zelda Link. Those are always fun. In cases where Zelda can be named, which are very few. This is the best FF hands down? It's pretty far up there. I don't know about best hands down, but it's pretty far up there. I would say it's the best 2D. Which most people do end up splitting the FFs into 2D and 3D. And out of the 3Ds, there's not really a whole lot of competition, but I would go with 10. Because at that point, all you've really got is 10, 12, and 13. And 13 is generally considered garbage. Can only be improved by vanille modes. It's the only reason, excuse me, that's the only reason anyone plays 13? It's to hear Vanille moan. Are you alright? I'm a southern accented child. Also, I don't know why the screen flickers. It's whatever. Excuse me, sir. You appear to be inside of my torso. That's true. If you're playing 14 with Hull, all there really is moaning. This one's 2D. Well, the character models are 3D, but so are the ones in FF7. But the environments are 2D. None of the environments in this game are like the FF10 environments, where they're actually proper 3D modeled environments. Basically everything pre-10 I consider 2D. Show the ticket! Why, it's another fake! Child, are you trying to sneak in there? What do we name? Well, we name Vivi slightly after this, don't we? Here, I'll give you some random worthless cards that you won't use for 20 hours. We could do the jump roping thing, by the way. I'm not going to, but you could if you want to. You liked the FF7 story a lot? I think most people generally did. You split them as 1 to 6, then 7 plus. You could probably split it as 1 to 6, 7 to 9, and then 10 plus. Because 7 plus, I'll give you, are different from the earlier games, but, you know. I like how he climbs back up the ladder to hit it once, and then climb all the way back down. What? It's not fake? Are you Alleyway Jack? Sure, I'll be your slave. Is it for the day or forever? What's your name, Puck? Oh, I see what you did there. Because no matter what you do, he laughs at your name and calls it stupid. I gotcha. Engage according to mission parameters. I was not told the mission parameters. Run away from that guy. Don't yell at me, I'm coming. Got all day. I don't like Puck. I don't know if anyone likes Puck, to be fair. You need some kind of 30 live stream? You what? If you want to save game, herp-de-dur, you can regain health to the tent. Yeah, alright, yeah, whatever. Can you make a third? What do you mean 30 live stream session? 30 minute? I've accomplished that many times over. Puck's a dick. I'll just call him Dick. What's your name, Dick? Oh, that's a funny name. My name's Puck. Yeah, run away from Totally Not Gilgamesh, the guy who has swords and multiple arms. Hi, Stiltskin. I like Stiltskin. He's got a sweet smile on his face, like all the time. It's not minutes, it's Roman numerals. Well, all you said was 30 live stream. He explains what 30 stands for. Does Akasha have a 30 live stream? What's 30 in Roman numerals? What is this bollocks about 30 going on here? I still don't understand what he's on about with 30. Oh, 30 equals triple X. Well, why don't you just type triple X, dude? That would simplify a lot of things. Or you could just go to a site that isn't Twitch for that. There's a multitude of those. You're afraid of heights. Just pretend you're on the ground, on a very shaky ground, made of very thin wood. I like how Moomin brought up that site and now Spectre is on like a spree. Slow, sleepy, slow? I don't... When he says a 30 live stream, leave me alone. Do you upload this Final Fantasy on YouTube too? Sure. I almost forgot. I don't even know your name. Well, if we're gonna make Dagger Akasha, we should make Vivi. Should make Moomin Vivi. Get Dave? Get Dave's not here. Oh, can I remod Moomins? Yeah, I forgot about that, sorry. I meant to do that earlier, but the chat was broken, and then I completely forgot. That was not how you spell mod. There. Just don't spam walls of text about some bollocks. My name's Puck. Hello, Puck. You fuck. Moving on. I don't remember if there's treasure in this place. I guess we may as well explore it, because... why not? 63 gil? I'm not sure that was worth the time investment of walking over here, all things considered. I'm just gonna go through this area. At most, we'll get, like, some potions or some bollocks. Who will be Sir McClutzerson? Collectively, everyone will be. Spectre has found that apparently extremely hilarious. It still doesn't actually show Moomin's sword on my screen. Oh, it isn't typed in a while, so... It may have updated itself, who freaking knows? Either way, explosions and fireworks and inappropriately placed seats for whatever reason. You know what would also help the stuttering audio is if I stopped clicking buttons. I clicked a thing, and then it stuttered. It's fine, it'll be alright. Tonight's performance is a thing. With people and things. Are there 2 moons? Are there? I usually never really pay attention to the sky itself. This is my favorite part of the game. It's the game where I don't have to mash the A button to skip dialogue. Welcome back in 10 minutes. Away, vermin! Fear mine claw-handed knights who stand before thy swords. Or something. There's a white one and a red one. Mayhaps, who knows? Either way, this fight is bollocks, and I don't think there's anything to steal in this fight. Don't you wibble at me. Like, 50% or more of their attacks are going to be those SFX. Which, interestingly enough, is sound effect. That looks much more than a sound effect, but whatever. And those never do any damage, so... They do waste a whole lot of freaking time, but they don't do any damage. And I think it takes, yeah, it only takes one hit to kill them. Although they don't default to hitting the other guy, they default to hitting him. Which I suppose doesn't matter, really. So we may as well just target him. Use SFX. Sure. There you go. It's the only way to win. Well, to be honest, Cena would probably do more damage at 0 than SFX than actually hitting something. Except the battle ended, so it's kind of null and void. But I tried. Give me credit, I tried. Oh wait, I have to actually push buttons now for some reason. Oh hi, Avac. Oh hey, it's this minigame! Welshman! Hello! You could retry this until you get 100, and then you get, you know, 100 and stuff. But I'm just gonna do it once, and we'll roll with it. Interestingly, if you just mash the button, you'll get 25 of 100 nobles impressed. Which is hilarious that that's actually a thing. Is that it? Apparently that was it. Alright, whatever. Akasha can run across the Atlantic in a moment. Moritan! I got 93. This is why I hate getting 100, by the way. I didn't screw up any of those. I just wasn't quite fast enough to get 100. So, Queen Braun was quite impressed. No! You don't get an encore. Bugger off. No one likes you. Hello, historic gamer. I changed the game title. I changed it to nothing. You could change it to FF9 if you want. It's currently set to nothing. Yeah, blank, you complainer. It's all Blank does, man. He complains and deletes videos and then complains. Is that a dog in the front? Possibly. I think there is a dog over there for some reason. It's like a nobles only event and someone brings their dog. They have a noble dog. Look like a dog holding a lighter. It's probably less likely. If I were to imagine. Dogs don't have thumbs. Very hard to hold a lighter. I'd recommend a couple of you refresh the video, by the way. As some of you appear to be quite far behind. Would you please let me pass? Yeah, sure. Haven't we met before? I should get really close to your face to check. And off she goes. Nobles don't have any balls, see what? Even if the video isn't buffering, it's weird how Twitch works. Even if the video doesn't visibly buffer, you can end up, like, you know, several hours into a stream. You can end up almost a minute behind the stream sometimes. I know I have the problem a lot with certain streams. Notably, it does it on Man vs. Game a lot. I don't know why. I barely watch them live, so it doesn't really matter for me anyway. Welcome all back there. I have a very itchy nose right now. Just want to point that out. You're probably not, because I think you got here relatively recent. Are you leaving already? That was awfully fast. Let me perv your face to Chester's or climbing stairs. Those were relatively close events, let's be honest here. She has gone missing! Dun dun dun. It's been open since I started EU4. You lie. You never started EU4. I was special. Well, yes. Yes, you are. You're a special little snowflake. Captain, Rust Buckets. We should call Rust Buckets here Hall. Hall, do you want to be Rust Buckets? I think Hall wants to be Rust Buckets. I'm not even gonna let Hall answer that. Hall gets to be Rust Buckets. That way we can tell Hall to shut up constantly. The world, I'm special just like everyone else. Captain Hall! That's quite the title you have there. Do we know any drama queens? Me! Pick me.